Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with my weekly TBR, and this is for week number 24. It's June 11th through the 17th. So welcome everyone. Thank you for sitting down with me today. So I'm going to go over the books that I am hoping to get to this week. So last week I was in a bit of a reading slump, to be honest. It wasn't super busy. I mean, I worked from home 4 out of the 5 days last week. On Monday, I was actually home not feeling well. I had a ton of time to read, and I didn't. It took me 4 days, you guys. 4 days to get through the Sweet Valley High book. That's a book I should be able to finish in an hour, hour and a half. So clearly I was in some sort of a reading slump. I did read every day, but I guess I wasn't super excited about the books. So what I decided to do this week is to kind of really mood read and see if that's going to help. And I think, like, to get out of this little bit of a slump that I'm in, I think I need to read a little bit outside of what I would normally read. And I do read a wide variety of books. I read romance, of course. I read mystery. I do enjoy thrillers. So I do read historical fiction outside of just a typical, like, I don't just read romance. But it is kind of my default setting, if you will, when it comes to reading. So I thought that this week I might try and get out of that a little bit and read a couple things that are a bit more outside of my comfort zone. Let's put it that way. One of them is definitely outside of my comfort zone. If you saw the thumbnail, and those of you who are familiar with the book are going to be like, really? I'm going to be like, yep, I'm going to read that this week, hopefully. So, yeah, we're going to mood read a bit this week and see if it makes a difference. And yeah, so anyway, the one thing though, I was going to talk about this, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So, like, on Thursday, I started the Maisie Yates book, Unbridled Cowboy, and I got a chapter read of it. And then I read another chapter and a half during the reading sprints that I did last night. And I just wasn't feeling it, you guys. So I decided to actually just put it down. It's not a DNF. I will get to it. I love Maisie Yates books. But right now, I don't want to read it while I'm in a bit of a slump because I don't want to feel like I'm dragging my way through it. Does that make sense? I'd rather read it when I really want to read it. So yeah, it's going to be put to the side for now, and I will get back to it at a later date, I am sure. So let's get into the books I have for this week. So first of all, this is a book I've had on my shelf since probably the beginning of the year, and I've heard a ton about it on BookTube, but it was actually my niece who really pushed me to pick up a copy of this. She's like, Aunt Sarah, you need to read it. So she flew through, I think, this entire series. So yeah, very excited. And this is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, which is a YA novel. And it says, this is the story of an investigation turned obsession. So I really don't know too much what it's about. I think it's like about some tragedy or something happened to somebody and they're like, I don't know. I'm excited. I think this girl investigates herself, like what happened to a friend. I don't want to know. I kind of want to go into it blind. So I am very excited about this one. This isn't necessarily far out of my comfort zone. I do read a lot of mysteries and thrillers, but with the fact it's a YA and it's really popular, I've never read Holly Jackson before. I've heard good things about this author, so I'm excited about getting to this one. The next one is the one that is way out of my comfort zone. I tried to read one of this author's books many years ago, like way pre-BookTube. Or maybe it was at the beginning of BookTube, like before I joined BookTube, but while I was still watching it. And so like 8 years ago or something. And it was The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. So I bought this one because when it came out, it was like 30% off at Walmart. I'm like, okay, let's give her another try. And this is The Children on the Hill. So she actually writes horror books. So this is a horror novel. Maybe to some people who read horror, this might be considered light horror. But to someone who doesn't read it at all, this one I think is gonna get spooky. So it says, monsters are scary, monsters are real. Beware of monsters, especially those amongst us. And it's told in a dual timeline from 1978 to 2019. So I am really excited about this, you guys. Like I said, I kind of wanted to mood read a bit this week. So when I was kind of combing through my shelves to see what was jumping out at me, this one did jump out at me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try and see what I think. So yay, I'm excited about that one as well. Then we're going to get into a few, romances, because it is still June on the range and I still do want to read some cowboy romances. So this one I'm really excited about. I would really like to get to Bride by Mail by Katie Madison this week. This is a mail order bride historical romance set in the American West. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that this one is going to be a lot of fun. What year does it take place? Does it say? 1862, Denver City, Colorado Territory. So yeah, 27-year-old fur trader seeks wife and helpmate. Have cabin with cook stove in Rocky Mountains. Must be brave woman with calm nature. That was his ad. But clearly it looks like she's someone who is from a different bit of society, maybe. So yeah, trying to make her way in like a kind of a rough and tumble American West town back in the 1800s. So yeah, I am looking forward to that one very, very much. The other one is going to be my audiobook for the week, and I only have a copy of this one on audio. So I will be listening to this, and that's Country Strong by Linda Layall Miller. This is the first book in the Painted Pony Creek series. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Cowboy romance. I figure this will be great for commuting back and forth to work this week. Because I was off a number of days last week and I worked from home a number of days, I'm going to go in every day next week just to kind of make up for it. So I should definitely get this one done just during my commutes this week. So that's my goal. And last but not least, a Nancy Drew book. We have Very Deadly Yours by Carolyn Keene. I didn't write down what number this is in the Nancy Drew Files series, but this is the series, again, as I say, that came out in the 80s. So I like these ones a lot. But my question is, what's going on with Nancy's hair in this one? Like, it looks like she had a perm. That's not what Nancy normally looks like. So confused, but that's okay. I will read the book and see what happens. Maybe that's the mystery. The mysteries of what happened to her hair. But anyway, yeah, so I am looking forward to all these books. Whether I get to all of them or not are a completely different story. But like I said, in a bit of a reading slump. So I'm thinking that maybe by picking up some things that I wouldn't normally pick up, that's going to help get out of the reading slump. So anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.